We're back. Stand-up comedians news.
Comedians.
Where stand-up comedians meet the news. You get it. It's a fairly simple concept. We're hopefully smarter and funnier than TMZ, but so much dumber than the PBS NewsHour. I assure you that. This should have been in the top stories. Homeland Security warns of zombie attack.
Wow, I love this.
If you can be safe from zombies, you can be safe from other disasters. That's the message from the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, which used the warning of the zombies are coming to get people to prepare for other possible...
What's wrong with everybody?
Apocalypses. That's my
I went to
question.
Catholic school, so I've had experience with zombies. Nuns are zombies. Jesus was the original zombie. Maybe we should embrace zombies.
They're very eco-friendly.
I agree with that.
Right.
Again, I agree with you, Alan. But I want to say, nobody's afraid of dancing zombies. Let's,
No.
like if they're dancing towards you, and like it's just the thriller. You're like, yeah, this isn't scary until they bite your neck off.
This is the Funny News Network. We've got a lot of news. Yeah. Let's get to it. Starting with an earthquake right here in the Beverly Hills area was the epicenter. Last week we had one too. Since when is Beverly Hills?
I was here
the
last
big fault
night
line?
at midnight, wrapping up an event when it shook.
12:03 a.m. to be precise.
It was right at midnight, and
A 3.5.
everything shook except for the fake boobs. But it was actually kind of fun. I've never been in an earthquake with lots and lots of people.
A party quake.
Yeah, it was a party quake.
The earthquake happened, and I do what I always do is just jet out of the house as fast as possible. I'm very paranoid to be in the building when an earthquake hits.
Right.
And I left her there completely. I forgot she was even there. She came down later. She was like, well, where'd you go?
And then they stole that and used that in Knocked Up.
Is that in a movie?
That was in Knocked Up.
No, you're putting me on.
I'm not. Katherine Heigl's character was pregnant. And
Maybe it didn't even happen to me. Maybe I
Maybe
just
you
saw
just
the movie.
dreamt
No. I'm actually Judd Apatow's old friend. Maybe he remembers it from my life.
Yeah.
Remember when you got in that spaceship and you destroyed that space station?
Remember when your
was a Death
father
Star.
chopped your
Yeah.
arm off with a laser sword device?
Here's an interesting news story. Ex-CIA chief Michael Hayden claims only the U.S. can strike Iran nuclear sites effectively. Israel won't be able to do it, he says, on their own. And they figured that out by using geometry and physics. And I thought, what about home ec, PE, and 2 electives for... No?
Because
For easy credit.
Because Israel doesn't know anything about warfare.
In first grade, you are drafted into the army in Israel. They have toddlers. I mean, they have toddlers and tiaras here in the States. Over there,
very
it's
different.
Toddlers
Right.
and Molotov
Right.
cocktails.
Kindergarten is a cage match.
Yeah,
in Israel.
exactly. So I think they'd be able to handle themselves.
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, unless you're Prince Harry. Then what happens in Vegas gets you sent to Afghanistan again.
That is like the ultimate timeout.
He considers it a great honor to represent his country in Her Majesty's armed forces wherever it chooses to deploy him. Las Vegas, Afghanistan.
Was he deployed in Las Vegas?
No, I think that
Are we
was...
going to war with chlamydia finally?
And Andy came on the show last week as our superfood chef. And then we decided to try it out and take a couple of meals, instead of the McDonald's thing like I usually do. And it's really changing my life. I feel like I'm in the beginning of a transition. You're gonna have to believe me how delicious this is.
It sounds like
Andy, I don't want to tell you, but it looks a little like...
I almost don't believe her a little bit.
It's purple mashed potatoes,
No,
guys.
the kind
Come
of meal
on.
that I would create if I was stoned. Like, hey man, what if we put mashed potatoes
Okay, for the
and some
stoners.
flowers?
Well, it's funny because it looks like a pot brownie,
It does look like a pot brownie.
but it's delicious. It tastes like a pie
But she's
or
like,
something.
there's
I
a
can't explain it.
unicorn. Yeah. And we have Smurfs in here. Just little Smurf
And just a
berries.
sprinkle
Is
of
that
hope.
what's going on in my life? Is that's why I'm so happy all the time.
If you're in a college town, look out for Carly and Donnie.
So how many of you have had to go to the extreme
of stealing toilet paper from the coffee bean?
You can't afford tampons because you're overdrawn.
You're not gonna make rents, you have to ask your mom.
I think it's fair to say with this story, Shia LaBeouf is not shy about being in the buff. But see, I think it'd be great if you would have done that, if that would have happened in like another movie you did, like Transformers. Not him, but like the robots, just Autobots, pull out! That would have been great.
Bumblebee going, where's that going?
Hey, is that my luggage?
Right. Simon Cowell. That was a good callback.
Thank you.
Simon Cowell is a bad fiance.
No.
No.
He's telling friends his engagement is a big $8 million mistake.
I wonder if he dumped her, though, the same way he kicks people off American Idol. Like,
Just by being
you are
rude?
absolutely the worst fiancé I've ever seen in my life. I'd rather marry a hippopotamus with a voice like shard glass than spend the rest of my life with you, you insignificant whore.
Simon Cowell breaking up with his girlfriend. He's giving her $8 million. He's giving her a mansion.
I wonder if he dumped her, though, the same way he kicks people off American Idol. Like,
Just by being
you
rude?
are absolutely the worst fiancé I've ever seen in my life. I'd rather marry a hippopotamus with a voice like shard glass than spend the rest of my life with you, you insignificant whore.
Simon Cowell breaking up with his girlfriend.